Hi guys, Blaze here, welcome to another news video. I wasn't sure if I was going to cover this subject, but I've decided to do it since I had mentioned about a little company over here called Maiden Japan a couple of times recently in some videos, and my frustration and worries about the fact that they hadn't released anything in a long time. But a few days ago they updated their website, which was obviously a fantastic sign. Down here, copyright 2014. Yeah, this is like all new. It was very basic before. Now it mirrors more the Sentai Filmworks website, which is over here. You can see, pretty similar. And yeah, so they updated their website, and then they also opened a Facebook page, which it's Maiden Japan Anime. So yeah, go and give them a like, give them support. I know it's not a big deal, but hey, just give them a like and know that they're appreciated. I guess I'm not really a social media guy, but it helps give them appreciation and whatever. But anyway, this has had me and a couple of other people thinking that maybe finally Made in Japan have returned. This is the first bit of life we'd seen in the company in like almost 12 months, like the first bit of activity. And I was thinking, the Sentai Filmworks, or the Section 23, which is the company, the holding company that both Made in Japan and Sentai Filmworks are a part of. Section 23, February 2015 solicitations were going to be coming out in a couple of days. They always come out every month, somewhere in this week, like the second the week gets into the 20s of each month, in the dates, we get to hear about the releases that are coming out 5 months down the road, like the official release dates and the preliminary covers and things like that. So I was getting pretty excited. I was thinking, are we going to get more Patlabor? Like, I've just finished watching the TV series and absolutely loved it. It was a fantastic series. It was episodic, but it's all about the characters. It's not really about the mecha battles. Like, the mechas obviously play a huge part, or the Patlabors, but yeah, it was just about the characters and their goings on working for that division, second division, or whatever it was called, second special vehicles division, yeah, second division. So yeah, it was a really great show, and obviously Made in Japan put out the OVA. They put out the 4 parts for the TV series. After the TV series, there is a 16-episode OVA. I wasn't aware of this. Well, I was aware that an OVA existed, but I didn't actually realise just how many episodes it was. 16 episodes is a significant chunk. So the second I realised that, I was like, oh god, especially after finishing it, I was like, I really want to see those. And so getting this news so early was great, because in February I'll be able to see them. Made in Japan are back. Very, very happy. Their first release back on their return, February 17th, 2015, we'll be able to buy Patlabor, the new files on Blu-ray, the complete collection, which is really cool. It's subtitle only, but unlike the TV series and the OVA, there's a reason for this I'll get into in a minute. But yeah, it's really awesome that we're going to get all 16 episodes in one set. I mean, they are just 25-minute episodes, like the standard episodes, so far as I'm aware, like the same thing you get on TV. So it would have been, there was a part of me that thought, well, it is an OVA series, they could possibly split it into 2 separate releases at a slightly lower retail value if they wanted to, but they haven't done that, which is good. We can get it in just one set, which is nice. But yeah, this is subtitle only. Central Park Media did license the new files, but they only dubbed like the first 4 episodes, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because Central Park Media back in the day, they released the original OVA series and then the whole TV series, and they dubbed both of those, and that's somewhere in the region of like 55 episodes or something. And then they also released the new files, only did the first 4 episodes and just released the rest sub. And it's like, you got to think, like, even if you're in financial bother, it's sort of unfortunate that you managed to dub 60 plus episodes of this franchise and then don't do like the last 12. It's kind of a shame. But yeah, super excited about this. But so like I said, the dub that Central Park Media did wasn't completed, but they are going to be on this release. The official stuff isn't here, but it's already been confirmed that on the extras you'll be able to watch the 4 episodes that were dubbed, but the release is being released and presented as a subtitle only release, but the extras will have the 4 episodes that were dubbed, which is cool. Anyway, so yeah, really happy about that. But obviously, since this was a Section 23 solicitations, not only did we hear about Maiden Japan, but we heard about Sentai Filmworks. If I can get this website to start working properly. So yes, the Sentai Filmworks February 2015 release schedule, and finally, after all this time, we're going to get Space Brothers starting its release. So excited about this. I've wanted to watch this series so much. I'm a bit of a nerd. That's kind of obvious, I guess. But I like stuff to do about space. Like, I've watched plenty of documentaries about it. Whenever there's any sort of expedition, like to Mars or Titan, what's it called? What's the moon of Saturn? It's not called Titan. I can't remember. Or maybe it is. Yeah, actually, I think it might be. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah. I have a vast and It fascinates me, honestly. Like, so yeah, this is a series I always wanted to see while it was on, but Sentai Filmworks licensed it relatively early on in its original airing, and then they went silent on it for a while. The Blu-ray releases in Japan only just finished. Obviously, I think when Sentai Filmworks originally licensed it, they might not have been aware just how long the series was going to be, because it's ended up being 99 episodes plus a movie. They don't actually have the movie, at least. Yeah, they might do. They just haven't announced it yet, because what's the point in announcing it when you haven't even done the series? But they might. I think if they ever get around to releasing the whole series, which I really hope they do, they will get the movie. But anyway, so the first thing on the solicitations here is Golden Time Collection 2. It's coming out the third. Bloody American date. Why do you do it the wrong way around, guys? It drives me crazy. So yeah, the 3rd of February. Subtitle only. I have a sneak peek to my October pickups. I do have part 1. I wouldn't have bought part 1 already if I didn't. Here's the cover. I went for collection 2. I wouldn't have bought part 1 if I'd been aware that it was going to take so freaking long for part 2 to come out. Like a whole 5 months. I don't know what happened there with Sentai. That just seems like a crazy amount of time between 2 releases. It's like going back to almost 2006 standards, where it would take a year to get a whole show out or something. But anyway, yeah, there's a collection 2. Basically what happens if you guys aren't aware, when these release schedules come out, we get all the information. We find out if it's going to be dubbed or subbed only, obviously, and stuff. We get the formats, if it's going to be DVD and Blu-ray or just DVD, the release dates and all that. So it's really interesting to follow this stuff to me personally. Like it's something I just look forward to, because you suddenly get to. Sentai Filmworks, they license stuff all the time, and all of a sudden. And then it goes quiet, like they license all this stuff, and you go, okay, well, at some point that stuff will come out, and you can kind of guess what might be coming, but you can never be sure. Like, I've been waiting for Space Brothers for ages, and that's on this list, and we'll get to it. But this is something that happens every month, and I might end up doing coverage of, because it's just fun, because it's exciting, because you get to see the stuff that's coming out soon, and you also get to see the first covers, like the first preliminary covers. They're normally subject to change, and quite often they do change. But anyway, next is Leviathan: The Last Defense. Now this actually came out on Blu-ray. Lovely cover. This cover is amazing. But as you can see down here, a new English dub. This actually did come out on Blu-ray earlier this year, like back in April. I was almost tempted to buy it. I didn't really know much about the show other than it was like fantasy based, and I thought, well, even if it's Moe Magical Girls, it's fantasy based. This looks kind of interesting. So I checked it out on Crunchyroll, and I watched the whole thing in the end, because after watching a few episodes I decided it wasn't the greatest show. But I don't know, like if this is ever cheap at any point. I've seen the show, but this cover is almost enough to make me buy it. I don't know if they'll actually keep this cover, because if I go here, and we open the release calendar. We'll get a quick preview of all the other covers now, but crap. You see this cover, it's different. They don't normally do that, so you've got a different cover there compared to this one. But yeah, I think you can all agree with this. I would hope you would all agree that this one's a way better cover. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, a dub upgrade for this show. I can only imagine it costs Sentai barely anything to license, because this show isn't really worthy of a dub upgrade. It must have sold just well enough and was cheap enough for them when they licensed it, that they decided that there was profit to be made by doing that. Anyway, Engaged to the Unidentified. This I don't really know much about. I mean, I don't keep up with I keep up with the names of shows when they come out, for the most part, when they're streaming, but I don't tend to watch a lot of them. From what I can tell from the cover here, this looks like Moe comedy number 500 or something. I don't know much about it. I mean, the synopsis is here: 16th birthday, guess you never saw coming, an arranged marriage. Okay. Are they all three of them getting arranged marriages or something? I don't know. From weird science to supernatural, almost anything that can happen. Okay, so Moe, supernatural, but stuff to do with arranged marriage. I have no idea. Moe, basically. I mean, surely Moe, surely. I get Engaged to the Unidentified. Okay, I get why it says Engaged now. Anyway, yeah, so that's Engaged to the Unidentified. I don't really know much. Okay, next, so we've got Raideen Collection 2, which is coming out on DVD only, Japanese, English subtitles, whatever, subtitle only as well. And this is a mecha series from back in 2008 that Sentai just randomly decided to license. So the cover, where's the cover? Here we go. So this is part 2. I think this is a really cool looking cover. I like the shades of blue and all that. I have some moderate interest in this series. I don't think they'll release it on Blu-ray. I'd be surprised if they ended up releasing it on Blu-ray. I mean, it's 2008, like, it's at the very beginning of the HD era. I doubt they would see it worth their time, so I might pick this up on DVD at some point. Not when it comes out, though, I don't think. I will see, this is Collection 2. Here is the cover for Collection 1. Hello, ladies. Yeah. I suppose it's a nice change of pace from the fact that so many covers are like ecchi moe covers these days when it comes, well, not so many, but a few, shall we say, you know, have pretty girls and ecchi persuasion on the cover. So yeah, you don't see a cover showing the male form too often. So yeah, one for the ladies, I guess. I don't know if that does anything for any of my female viewers, which I don't know how many I have. Probably not that many, but anyway, yeah. Let's move on to the next thing. Give them a short preview of something else. Anyway, Hazuki's Cool-Headedness. Subtitle only, DVD and Blu-ray, 17th of February. The cover for this is amazing. Where is it? There it is. Look at that cover. How cool. I hope this doesn't change. I don't think it will. The only thing that could make it better is perhaps, or it would perhaps make it busy, even more busy than it already is maybe have just a very slight different shade of red pattern on top of this dark red, but I don't think that's really necessary, but it might make it even more interesting. I mean, it would if it was an art box, but oh god, I wish this had like some collector's release, but there's no way it would get that. But this cover is awesome. I know that a friend of mine is really into this series and really likes this character. Honestly, I was interested in this series a little bit before, but this cover, like, talk about selling a show, like, and second I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm buying that when that comes out, because, yeah, like, if this is any, I don't know if there's any inclination of what the show is like in terms of art style, like, I'm immediately interested. So, yeah, Hazuki's Cool-Headedness, that is one of the best cover of the entire lot. Next up is a surprising Blu-ray release, although then again Sentai tend to release everything on Blu-ray if it's from a certain era. Obviously I don't think they'll do it for Raideen, but here we have Diabolic Lovers, which obviously got a DVD release. I think it's already had the DVD release, or is going to be having one pretty soon, but in the month of the month of Valentine's Day, I mean, it's not on Valentine's Day, which I think they should have done that if possible, get it as close. I'm surprised this isn't coming out the week of Valentine's Day. That would have been funny. But yeah, Diabolic Lovers, where's the cover? The cover's really cool. It's the same as the DVD cover right now. I don't know if they'll change it. Sometimes they change it for the Blu-ray covers from their DVD counterpart quite often these days, but not always. But this is a really cool cover. I actually am interested in this series because, one, it's cheap. Where's the price? $39.98. You compare that to the standard $59.98 for a subtitled Blu-ray. Obviously, it's a much shorter series. It's only 3 hours long. But yeah, that's a really, really good price. So I'm pretty interested in it. I mean, it's about vampires. I mean, I've seen the first 3 episodes already. I know what sort of show it's like. It's like an extreme otome show where basically all these guys here treat this main heroine like bullshit. But apparently that's a thing that quite a few otome themed things have. But yeah, the fact there are vampires is enough to make me interested in the series, and I love the art design on it. So I don't know how much I'll actually enjoy it. The dub could be very interesting. So yeah, I might. The fact it has a dub actually has me quite excited. That might be an absolute train wreck to listen to. But anyway, yeah, Diabolic Lovers, I'll probably pick that up because I can't imagine it's going to cost too much. It'll probably be at least 30% cheaper than the standard releases that I buy. Anyway, this is the most exciting thing other than maybe Patlabor. Space Brothers Collection 1 finally coming out. It's coming out on Blu-ray, which has me immensely excited. It's subtitle only. I'm not really bothered about that. It's just sort of a shame because it's not only is it set in America for the majority of the series, being that it's about characters becoming astronauts at NASA and everything, but it's also set in Houston in America, Houston, Texas, and that is where Sentai Filmworks voice acting studio is set. So yeah, they had everything there to make the perfect dub for the series, arguably, other than the fact that obviously the Japanese characters wouldn't have had Japanese accents, I guess. But other than that, every other character in the show would have made perfect sense. But honestly, like 99 episodes plus a movie eventually, hopefully, but 99 episodes for the series at least over a course of 8 volumes for a show that's about guys going to space and isn't like some shonen series necessarily, or if at all, like not really at all. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all that they didn't dub this. Like 99 episodes is a huge commitment to dub in this day and age. So yeah, not surprised at all by that. And but yeah, very excited this is finally coming. I've been waiting for ages, as I said earlier on. And then finally, this got pushed back. This is the Love Chinobio, I have no idea. Love Chinobio and Other Delusions Collector's Edition, which is the only picture we've got so far is the one that was released ages ago. Give you some idea, but yeah, this is going to be Sentai Filmworks' second collector's edition. Their first one is High School of the Dead, which comes out soon, which I hope to get. But yeah, this will be their second one. It was meant to come out on the 2nd of December, but it's now been pushed back into February. I wouldn't be surprised if that's due to do with printing companies just maybe Sentai Filmworks would just say, hey, if you want us to release this at this time of year, you're gonna have to pay us extra. Like that wouldn't have surprised me. Although at the same time, Sentai Filmworks are pretty experienced, and I would have thought they would have been aware that might be the case, and they would have been surprised if they had even initially scheduled it to come out in December. So I don't know what the issue is, but yeah, it's been pushed back a couple of months, back into February, which is fine because December is stacked. December has so many releases, and they're all coming out like the week of Christmas. I don't understand. Like everything seems to be coming out on the 23rd of December. Like, what a terrible time to release stuff. Like especially if you're me, like, because obviously the week after Christmas or the week of Christmas, basically right up until New Year's, there's like no post in this country. So buying everything, if I buy anything, it's going to take at least a week to 2 weeks longer than it normally takes. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Everything's coming out then. But anyway, that's the end of this video. Like I said, Sentai Filmworks do this every month where they just bring out this giant release schedule, press release, and they bring out all these covers and stuff. I could do these videos once a month. I get pretty excited. I know around the time they come out and everything, these schedules. And although this one took me by surprise, it came out at a slightly different time than normal, but I know the week they come out and everything. So if this is something you guys might be interested in knowing, then I could do more of these videos, but yeah, if you guys found this perhaps not the most interesting video, just me talking about the latest releases and showing you the pictures, like if that's, yeah, just give me your feedback. Like, I don't mind doing these videos. I wasn't sure about doing it, honestly, but I've ended up doing it now, mainly because of the Maiden Japan announcement, which I'm super excited about, and the fact that Space Brothers is back, or is coming out. I'm really excited to know what Maiden Japan might do next month. Probably nothing, but oh, if they did Planeteers, I would lose my shit. And if they did the movies for Patlabor, I would, yeah, that would be amazing. I think they will do the movies for Patlabor at some point, but yeah, Planeteers, oh my god. I'm 99% convinced that they do have that license, because it just makes sense for them to have it. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now because this video is super long, way longer, so hopefully I'd make them shorter, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've now got to go through the process of compressing down this video because Fraps makes humongous files. Like, I don't know how long this video is, about 25 minutes right now or something, I don't know, but hopefully not that long, but it might be, especially if I keep talking. But anyway, like, the Fraps like makes it about 10 gigabytes or something. I have to then compress it to something way smaller, but because it uses raw AVI files with no compression. So anyway, I'll see you guys see you guys later.